Pakistan cricket at its best. 1 minute down, next minute up.
Many thanks for joining me once again. Saj Sadek here, bringing you another exclusive interview for PakPassion. Absolutely delighted to be joined by somebody who's a chartered accountant by profession. He's held some fantastic roles in the world of cricket. He's former chairman of Pakistan Cricket Board, former president of the International Cricket Council. He's had senior positions in various ICC advisory committees. He was also the vice president of the ICC Executive Board. And as I say, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Ehsan Mani. Mani Saab, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're well, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, and thank you for speaking to me.
Mani Saab, India-Pakistan cricketing relations, first and foremost, they seem to be at an all-time low. Your thoughts, please.
It is very unfortunate that politics has been sucked into the relationship between cricket in India and Pakistan. There have always been tensions within India and Pakistan, but the cricket administrators, including myself, we kept our channels open with the Indians and they with us. And we put the game's interest above anything else. That's what we're there for. Anyone who is involved in international cricket, albeit for the board, representing a board, or the ICC or the ACC, and I was chairman of ACC for a number of years, as well as Pakistan Cricket Board, we never crossed the line. During my time, the Kargil happened, for example. We were constantly in touch with each other. We mutually agreed that it wouldn't be appropriate at the moment to carry on with bilateral cricket till the tempers and passions and emotions cool down. When politics comes into the game like this, the only loser is the game. And one of the saddest things that we find ourselves in today is because of the lack of bilateral tours, the people-to-people contact has diminished. When I remember in 2004, when I persuaded the Indian government as chairman of ICC to resume touring Pakistan and to let Pakistan tour India, Pakistan must have issued about 10,000 visas to Indians who came to Pakistan to watch cricket. And the comments of Shahryar Khan, who was then the chairman of PCB, he said to me that the Indian ambassador had told him that you issued 10,000 visas, you send back 10,000 Pakistani ambassadors to India. They're such a great time. And it's about people. Culturally, there is a lot in common between the Indians and Pakistanis, especially in the north. And there's a lot, and even when you see a cricket match here in England, and you would have seen that in the ICC events, for example, the fans sit together, they have a wonderful time, they even exchange food with each other, and they're joking and laughing, and obviously there's a lot of passion for supporting their team, but they do not cross the line. Now what I'm finding is that the media, especially in India, is absolutely getting to a stage where it affects the very views of the Indian fans about Pakistan, which leads me to something that you were saying earlier on. When I was chairman of PCB, I challenged the ICC, and I said, why are Pakistan and India always grouped together in the first round? And I was working to disengage from that because I could see politics coming in, and I thought it was very mercenary on the behalf of the ICC and India to play for Pakistan and India to play at least once, if not twice, and sometimes 3 times if they go into the finals. And who's a beneficiary of that? ICC, India gets a chunk of that money, not PCB. PCB doesn't get anything extra. for taking part in the first couple of rounds. And I was moving towards a position where Pakistan and India would have always, if they made it into the final rounds, fine, we'll play against each other, but not be part of a cash cow for the Indian cricket by playing in the earlier rounds. I think that was wrong and dishonest because I was initially told by the ICC it was all based on rankings. So I said, show me the rankings, and suddenly the story changed.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that there,
Yeah.
Manisab, that Mike Atherton has called it a proxy for propaganda. And as you say, it's a cash cow for the ICC. The India-Pakistan matches are always played at ICC tournaments. Seems a bit of a farce, really, doesn't it?
It's hypocritical. If India feels so passionately about playing against Pakistan at the moment, and the attitude of the Indian administration and the players, then why play? Fine, we'll meet you in the finals or the semi-finals, however the dice play out, but you don't have to play in the earlier rounds. And I hope we never have a situation where Pakistani players do not shake the hands of the ICC president, because I think that's not cricket. It's not within the spirit of cricket. My strong message to both boards is to keep politics out of the game.
Sir, regarding the ACC trophy recently, we saw what happened. The trophy wasn't handed over by Mohsin Naqvi. How do you think things were handled regarding that whole situation, which became a little bit farcical, and how could things have been a little bit better?
Look, this was an Asian Cricket Council event. Mr. Naqvi was the chairman or president of the ACC. There was clearly a failure between the administration of the ACC and the representatives of the Indian board. If they felt so strongly that they were not prepared to shake hands and take the trophy from Mr. Naqvi, I think that was wrong in itself. They should have kept the dignity of the game and done it and accepted it gracefully. But if they come to the level where they become so gung-ho and come to a conclusion they're not going to accept a trophy from the chairman of the PCB, I think it was wrong, inherently wrong. But if Mr. Naqvi had known beforehand, he would have had time to reflect and decide how to go forward. But to be on the podium and be told that the Indian players are not going to come on to shake your hands, I think it's very insulting.
Manisab, regarding Mohsin Naqvi, I mean, you've done the job. You are former Pakistan Cricket Board chairman, as we've discussed. It's a thankless task. It's a task that is one of the most difficult in sport. How do you think he is handling the position, bearing in mind he's got other roles and other responsibilities within Pakistan as well?
I am very against politicians being involved in the game. In fact, during my time as chairman of PCB, we introduced a new constitution which actually forbade uh, any politician from being on the board of the PCB. For this very reason, Mr. Naqvi is in a much more difficult position. He's got immense responsibilities as a Minister of Interior or Home Minister. And for him to also be running cricket means he can't possibly be giving Pakistan cricket the attention it requires and needs. You don't want a situation where the chairman is purely reactive to events. There has to be strategic thinking. There has to be long-term planning. One of the main advantages of the ICC board is it tempers down. You meet with people. You build relationships. I don't think Mr. Naqvi probably has the time to build deep relationships outside the boardroom with members of the other boards. And the way you do it is by visiting those countries when you are touring them, or by inviting their chairmen and presidents to come to Pakistan when they are in Pakistan, and you build a bond and a rapport. Uh, you eat together, you meet together, you go out together. you entertain them at the cricket, and you build a friendship. And I can't see that possibly happening with the amount of Mr. Naqvi have. There's no point of saying that my number two or three will do it. It's not the same.
And Manisab, many people feel that the chairman of the Pakistan Cricket Board should be a former cricketer, preferably somebody who's played international cricket. How do you react to that situation in terms of people saying that it should be a former cricketer?
I would totally disagree with that. Running a cricket board is like running a multi-million dollar business. How many cricketers have that sort of experience? Cricket is the ultimate uh, beneficiary of it, but you are in the entertainment business, you are in the political scene, you are there dealing with other boards. Tell me how many successful cricket boards anywhere in the world in the last 50 years have had former cricketers as chairman? They
Can't
don't
think of
have the
too many.
skills. They just don't have the skills and the ability. You've got to approach cricket as a business, and the business is that of sport. Yes, you employ cricketers in the right slots as director cricket administration. When you appoint someone to look after the players, it must be a cricketer. They talk the same language. When you, if your chief executive has good cricketing knowledge, is important. It helps. And there, Pakistan has done well over the years. They've had people like Majid Khan, Salim Altaf, even Wasim Khan in my time, all had a cricketing background. And that's the link. It's not at the board level. It's just below that where the operations take place.
And Manisab, the International Cricket Council, similar to what we've discussed about the chairmanship of the PCB, many feel that the ICC chairman should be somebody totally independent from any of the cricket boards. Obviously, at the moment, it's Jay Shah. Surely his interests will be Indian cricket first and foremost.
It shouldn't be like that. But once you become chairman of the ICC, and I was, for 3 years, uh, you represent every member. In my time, Israel was a member. I had no problems, dealing with them. In fact, I got the Israelis to set up a cricket structure. I think it was in Hebron, where they had Palestinian children playing against Jewish children. You use cricket for good. Um, the minute you get someone with strong political affiliations, then obviously the game suffers. I I don't think Mr. Shah uh, is got any political position in India, but his father's in a very high profile position, and that probably affects his thinking.
And Manisab, regarding finances of cricket at the moment, it's pretty common knowledge that India, Australia, and England are dominating the world of cricket. They're making the most money. They're playing amongst each other quite a lot, and a lot of the other nations are sort of becoming second and third tier nations in international cricket. Do you think that's quite dangerous, or is it just? I'm afraid the way cricket is going.
It's very dangerous. The ICC has a responsibility for all its members. Uh, it's very disappointing that England and Australia blindly follow India. They will make act in a manner which will making always sure that India is not upset. Uh, you need a strong West Indies. You need a strong South Africa. You need a strong Pakistan. All the full member countries have to be at a stage where they're playing high quality cricket. And, you look back in history, and some of the eras of cricket was when West Indies was dominating world cricket. Uh, their battery of fast bowlers, their batsmen, Clive Lloyd, Viv Richards, people like that. Uh, they were just as good as any country in the world has ever produced. Uh, so I don't want to. Yes, West Indies, the biggest challenge the West Indies has is a lack of proper investment in the game. The same with South Africa. I think South Africa's making huge efforts, but to keep that sustainable, performance at the highest level, which India is doing very well, and it sort of backs my view that with the right amount of money, uh, you can invest properly, and India's done that really well in its own cricket. But India certainly gets far, far more money than is needed for the game in India.
What are your thoughts on?
And
Sorry, my apologies. Sorry.
yeah, no, so I think the ICC should stand back, look at its governance structure. It's the governance structure is crying out for revamping totally. Uh, it's there's total conflicts of interest. There have been from my time. And I used to always remind members, at board meetings that they were there to represent world cricket. They were not there to represent their countries. Uh, and I would try and keep an eye on people who push the benefits of their country only or their effect on their country, and have a quiet word with them. Including, one of my good friends in cricket was Mr. Dalmia from India and Mr. Bindra from India. And I would simply say to them quietly that, look, let's not cross the red line. You're here to represent world cricket. Let's act in the interest of world cricket. Uh, India, of course, is an important member, and we want a strong India, but let's not cross the line where, because India has this habit, still has, of threatening countries or to not play them if they don't follow India's line. It happens. I know, I'm aware of it. I've seen it happen in front of me. I used to joke with some of the Indian board members, you can't use that threat on Pakistan if you're not playing us. Uh, so, but you take people along with you. You don't have to like them. You don't have to be close friends with them sometimes. Although I got on with everyone, regardless of which country, because that's the best way of getting the best out of them.
Just on the topic of Indian cricket, Mani Saab, they'll say their argument is that we're bringing the most money into the game. All these television companies, the broadcasters, the sponsors, many of them are huge Indian corporations. And I mean, in one side, it's a danger that they are almost dominating international cricket now. But on the other side, their argument is that, look, we're bringing the money in. We should be able to run cricket how we want.
Well, that's a very sad way of looking at things. First of all, why are Indian companies or corporations passionate about cricket? Not because they love the game necessarily. It's because cricket gives them the exposure which they would not have otherwise. Uh, and India playing India will not do that. They need countries like England, Australia, South Africa, West Indies, Pakistan playing them uh, to make it work. The most watched cricket match in the world is India Pakistan. Uh, so anyone who argues that India is bringing a lot to it's not BCCI. It's the Indian corporations who use the game to promote their products and goods and promote, their own businesses. Uh, no business in India or anywhere else in the world would invest money in a game unless they were getting more benefits than their investment.
Well, it's had the last couple of questions. One to do with the Pakistan Super League. Obviously, 16 competition for quite a few years now. You've seen the tournament grow and flourish. How can it be improved, and what changes would you like to be made to it?
So I believe the PCB is going to add two more franchises, which is good. There's no doubt there's a great demand, good crowds turn up. Where they are struggling is in the way they're dealing with their media rights. Um, it's a, the it comes back to basic economics of the economic conditions in Pakistan. Our private sector is not as robust and as strong as that of many countries, including England. Sky pays a huge amount for cricket rights. We have a lot of channels trying to show cricket in Pakistan, but they fail to pay the right price. I had a scheme of maximizing income. At the moment, the right holder, which is Pakistan cricket or other sports for that matter in Pakistan, get very little out of pay-per-view television in Pakistan. They don't benefit from that. I think I had set up a way that by digitalizing the distribution of cricket in Pakistan. And before I left, the whole thing had been put in place. All that had to be done was implemented. My successors thought otherwise. They had their own views. I would have brought in, I estimated at that time, $200 million a year for Pakistan cricket out of the domestic cricket economy without costing the government a penny. And that would have dynamically changed Pakistan cricket. There would be more money to invest in the game. We have a very unstructured game in Pakistan at the moment. A lot of cricket goes on. But what you should have is a pyramid with a broad base, starting at schools and club crickets, working your way to city cricket and divisional cricket, and ending up with 6 or 8 teams at the highest level, because it's that level that produces the players for the future. Unless you have a strong domestic structure, which England does, Australia does, India does. We experimented with lots of different things, but we don't follow a simple basic structure of having the highest competitive level of the game among the top 6 or 8 teams. How are they going to improve? Pakistan's always failed in this, bringing in departments, bringing in banks, bringing in various organizations. They don't produce cricketers. They simply pick up whatever has come through the system. And the only way to do this is to have a cricket structure which is sound and robust. And it rewards, and you need professionalism in the game. Pay the players properly from first-class players, not only the international players. So you need a lot of investment in that. And my plan was I had started paying the players, and I'm glad to see that they're still being paid at the highest level, but you need to have a structure. And it means also that you manage your wickets properly. You don't produce dead wickets or bring in the boundaries, you get a lot more sixes. You challenge the players on different types of wickets, especially in the first-class games, so that they are capable and able to play cricket anywhere in the world and compete effectively anywhere in the world. I tried very hard during my time to make the Rawalpindi pitch quite a grassy, fast wicket, and it was working. And I wasn't reinventing the wheel when we had great fast bowlers like Imran Khan, Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunus, Shoaib Akhtar, and others. The PCB was producing fast wickets then. For some reason, we've gone back to sort of dead, wickets which back up the spinners. What you need is a wicket that will help the fast bowlers for the first couple of days, become a good batting track, and then only in the the fourth or fifth day of a test match, the spinners come into play. But what we're doing at the moment means that when Pakistan tours other countries, it will be totally out of its depth.
Mani Sahib, you've touched upon some of the points that I was going to ask you for the final question. Many Pakistan cricket followers around the world are falling out of love with the game. The great game of cricket that you mentioned some of the greats. I mean, I remember growing up watching Imran Khan, Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunus, Inzamam, all these guys, Yunus Khan, etc. But these days, Pakistan seems to be an an also ran in international cricket, mediocre, mid-table, winning some matches, losing most matches against the top teams. What's going wrong in Pakistan cricket?
It comes down to what I've already said, your basic structure of cricket. Unless you have a strong, robust domestic cricket structure, whether it's the Ranji cricket or county cricket in England or the Shield in Australia, you're not going to produce those cricketers. Uh, what happened in the past, when you look at the players you mentioned, Imran, Asif Iqbal, Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunus, Javed Miandad, name them all. Where did they develop their cricket? Not in Pakistan.
County cricket.
They were, yeah, it was county cricket, right? The structure was right here. Iran, in fact, refused to play domestic cricket. So, it's obvious and it's in front of us, but we seem to close eyes to that. You have to produce your teams based on a very robust and strong domestic cricket structure, and we're not investing in that. What happens is that people try, I tried, others have tried, but unless you get the results instantly, people lose interest. If you put in a structure in place, it will take 8 or 10 years for it to become really good. And make it my planning was make it so good that overseas players would want to come and play in a domestic structure. A lot of players in the winter are free, and you could use them by bringing in some overseas players. Your young players learn from them. And Pakistan has the ability to do that. It needs, like running any business, good strategic thinking and planning.
Mani Saab, absolute pleasure hearing your views. Many thanks for your time. Wish you all the best for the future, and I'm sure we'll catch up at some point in the future to discuss Pakistan cricket once again. My appreciation
Inshallah.
for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Good speaking to you.